Greetings, Guardians of Dominion. Zeus here with another enlightening video for Hero Wars Alliance. Today, we're diving into a game-changing topic, the 5 best control heroes you need to know about. These are the heroes who don't just deal damage, they bend the battlefield to their will. Whether it's stunning enemies, draining energy, or locking down ultimates, control heroes are the secret weapon behind many arena victories and campaign breakthroughs. Stick around as we break down what makes each of these champions so powerful, and how you can use them to dominate your next battle. On the battlefield of Hero Wars Mobile, some heroes steal the spotlight with massive damage, others mesmerize with powerful magic. And then there's Andvari, a control hero who doesn't need the title of tank to stand like a wall of steel on the front line. He's not labeled as a tank, but if you've ever seen him in action, you'd think he was forged for that exact role. His greatest strength: preventing displacement. With his unique ability, Anvari grants immunity to pushes, lifts, launches and levitations, making sure fragile backline allies stay firmly in place, doing their jobs without being thrown to the wolves in the first few seconds. While many heroes focus on blocking raw damage, Andvari does something smarter: he blocks enemy strategy. When he's on the battlefield, heroes like Kark and Faceless lose their edge. And that one shift in control can rewrite the entire flow of battle. But Anvari is more than just a protector. His stone arm delivers powerful blows to the enemy's front line, not flashy, but impactful. In longer fights, this pressure starts to wear opponents down, opening space for your allies to finish the job. He chips away at defenses so others can shine. That said, Andvari isn't perfect. He struggles against high magic damage and fast physical threats like Dante, Satori, or Peach. And no, he won't carry your team on his own. But when paired with the right allies, especially physical backliners like Cascade, Lara Croft, or Astrid and Lucas, Andvari becomes the keystone of a well-structured formation. He's not the top damage dealer. He doesn't draw attention. But when the chaos breaks loose and everything is on the line, he's the one holding the line. The silent shield. The tactical edge. The unexpected savior. If you're looking for control, stability, and that one hero who quietly wins games while others get the glory, choose Andvari. Defend with intention. Control with courage. Win with purpose. If you're searching for a hero who controls the battlefield with surgical precision and shocks enemies into submission with pure arcane force, then it's time to recognize the power of Judge. He may not be loud or flashy at first glance, but underestimate this master of arcane tech, and you'll pay for it, quickly. Judge belongs to the control class, but what he brings goes far beyond a standard role. He's a machine of disruption, a relentless force of interference and energy manipulation. With shock zones and precision strikes, he tears through enemy plans, breaking their rhythm before they even realize what's happening. His force field doesn't just protect, it stuns, slows, and weakens the enemy team, all from the safety of the backline. What truly sets Judge apart is his ability to create chaos. He doesn't wait for the battle to go wild, he brings the storm himself. Once his energy shield activates, Judge begins unleashing electrical blasts that ripple through enemies like lightning through a thundercloud. His basic attacks deal constant area damage, punishing tightly packed formations and creating openings for your team. But the real magic happens when you place Judge in a properly built team. Pair him with heroes like Julius or Isaac for added control, or boost his output with Nebula or Astrid and Lucas to amplify his magic attack. In these lineups, Judge becomes the conductor of a devastating orchestra, every skill, every strike, perfectly timed and ruthlessly efficient. Of course, like any great tactician, Judge has his limits. He's not a tank. He's not a solo carry. He needs frontline protection and time to unleash his full potential. Fast disruptors or mage silencers can shut him down if you're not careful. That's why synergy is everything. With allies like Julius, Isaac, or Nebula holding the front and boosting his strength, Judge has all the time and space he needs to dominate. If you're the kind of player who appreciates brain over brute force, and loves watching a perfectly timed skill dismantle the enemy's plan, Judge is your hero. He doesn't make noise, he makes impact. He doesn't need words, he lets lightning speak for him. Choose Judge. Bring the lightning. Control with intelligence. Win with precision. She steps onto the battlefield with grace, so quietly, you might not even notice her at first. But, don't be fooled. Leanne is one of the most dangerous control heroes in Hero Wars Alliance, not because of raw power, but because she makes enemies do the unthinkable, fall asleep mid-battle. Leanne is the embodiment of magical control. Her specialty: hypnosis and interruption. Every time she takes a hit, there's a chance the attacker will be enchanted, forced into sleep and robbed of their next move. And when she unleashes her ultimate, it's like a wave of charm washes over the battlefield, enemies drop one by one into a collective slumber, completely turning the momentum in your favor. What makes her truly terrifying, is that this power is passive. Lian doesn't need to act, she reacts. Her enchantments activate automatically, punishing anyone reckless enough to target her. She becomes both a weapon and a deterrent. Hitting her is a gamble, and that psychological edge disrupts the enemy's entire strategy. Lian thrives against aggressive, fast-paced teams that rely on consistent hits to gain the upper hand. Heroes like Yasmin, Dante, or Kayla, who usually charge in with relentless attacks, suddenly find themselves snoozing right when they're supposed to be finishing the fight. She also fits beautifully into formations built around area control or magic burst. Pair her with allies like Zesha, Mushi, Amira, or Faceless, and you've got a team that doesn't just hit hard, it controls space, tempo, and momentum with elegance. Still, she's not invincible. Against heavy burst teams or heroes who silence quickly, like Cornelius or Jorgen, Leanne may not even get a chance to cast her magic. And because her control depends on being targeted, she needs solid frontline protection and a support structure that buys her time to shine. But in the right setup, Leanne is devastating. She doesn't command the battlefield with noise or fury, she controls it with elegance, strategy, and a quiet power that leaves enemies helpless and confused. Choose Leanne. Enchant with class. Control with charm. Win with elegance. If Chaos had a name in Hero Wars Mobile, it would be Jorgen. He doesn't shout, he doesn't blast his way onto the field, but the moment he enters, the battle shifts. It's no longer just a fight, it becomes a match of chess, and Jorgen is already 3 moves ahead. Jorgen is the definition of pure control, cold, calculated, and always one step ahead. He's not here to deal damage, he's here to dismantle your opponent's plan before it even begins. Through energy drain, silence, and clever redirection, he turns a predictable battle into complete disruption. His dark mark alone is a nightmare for energy-dependent heroes. When applied, it blocks energy gain entirely. That single move can cripple heroes like Kira, Peach, or Yasmin, who rely on their ultimates to turn the tide. Deny them their energy, and you deny them the fight. But he doesn't stop at denial. Jorgen redirects incoming damage to the ally with the most health, shielding weaker teammates with quiet brilliance. It's subtle, but the effect is powerful, keeping your key damage dealers alive long enough to make a difference. Then comes his ultimate, Area of Silence. For a few precious seconds, no one on the enemy side casts anything. No ultimates. No crowd control. no recovery. Just silence, and your team moves in like clockwork, unchallenged. Jorgen is the anti-combo. The stopper of synergies. The one who turns well-oiled enemy strategies into scattered confusion. And he does it all from the shadows, so subtle that you often don't realize he's controlling the pace of battle until it's too late. That said, he's not invincible. Jorgen isn't built for offense, and he struggles against fast, explosive teams that strike before he can act. If silenced early or blocked from draining energy, his impact drops significantly. But with the right allies, he becomes a strategic weapon. Pair him with timing-focused or control-heavy heroes like Aiden, Zesha, Soleil, or Satori, and you'll take command of every engagement. Choose Jorgen. Break the enemy's rhythm. Silence their strategy. Win through pure cunning. Polaris has arrived in Hero Wars, Alliance Mobile, and with her comes a new era of control, precision, and battlefield manipulation. She's not just another control hero, she's a strategist's dream, turning every engagement into a calculated dance of power and disruption. At the heart of her arsenal is Aurora Borealis, an ability that isn't just beautiful to watch, but devastatingly effective. With a wave of cosmic energy, she freezes enemies in place as if the northern lights themselves descended onto the battlefield. It's more than just a stun, it's a moment of complete pause, where Polaris turns chaos into calm and gives her team the breathing room to strike hard. But she's not done there. Polaris's stun capabilities are another cornerstone of her control. In a game where timing is everything, her ability to neutralize enemies at just the right moment can swing the entire battle. A well-timed stun can dismantle ult-heavy enemies, disrupt combos, or save an ally from certain defeat. It's control at its finest, clean, calculated, and devastating. However, with great power comes risk. Polaris is highly dependent on precision. Her strength lies in timing and execution. Miss the window for Aurora Borealis, or mistime her stun, and suddenly she's exposed. She isn't built to take hits, her defenses are fragile, and she won't last long under heavy fire. And heroes with stun resistance or control immunity can cut her influence in half. But let's be clear, these weaknesses don't define her. What makes Polaris legendary is her ability to shift momentum when all seems lost. She opens up opportunities where there were none. With the right support and game sense, she transforms every fight into a masterclass in battlefield control. To get the most out of Polaris, you'll need more than just button mashing, you'll need awareness, patience, and strategic timing. Pair her with heroes who can capitalize on frozen enemies or deliver burst damage during stuns, and you'll unlock her full potential. With her guiding your team, every encounter becomes a performance, where silence speaks louder than explosions and control becomes the true path to victory. Choose Polaris. Freeze the battlefield. Lead with precision. Win like the stars are on your side. And there you have it, Guardians, 5 incredible control heroes who don't just join the fight. They redefine it. From Andvari's unwavering protection, to Judge's lightning disruption, Lian's elegant hypnosis, Jorgen's mind-bending tactics, and Polaris's cosmic lockdown, each of these champions brings a unique kind of mastery to the battlefield. Now it's your turn, who's your favorite control hero? Have they saved your team in battle? Or maybe you've found a deadly combo that no one's talking about. Share your thoughts and strategies down in the comments. I'd love to hear how you use control to dominate your matches. If you found this video helpful or inspiring, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a new Hero Wars Alliance strategy from me. Every click helps the channel grow and lets me keep creating content for this amazing community. Control isn't about brute force, it's about knowing when to strike, when to wait, and when to change the entire tempo of a fight. So take charge, play smart, and remember. Dominate with your mind. Win with your heart. And always fight with purpose. Salute and friendship, Guardians, until next time.